Hey guys, my name is Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited because I came up with an idea for a video unlike one that I've ever made before, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. So I've been looking back over my channel, just trying to get like a good analysis of how things have evolved for me as a YouTuber over the years, and I was kind of thinking of how I could make a video talking about my YouTube channel and how it's grown. I still consider myself a very small YouTuber right now. I'm at about 23,000 subscribers. I just hit 23,000 last week, so thank you for those new subscribers who helped me finally get over there. I was stuck in the 22,000s for almost a year, mostly due to my own inconsistency with posting. I get a lot of really good positive feedback about my channel, but I just am not good at managing my time, apparently. I'm also a homeschooling mom, and so my YouTube channel has turned into a very, very part-time job. But I have two videos today that are from way back in the beginning of my YouTube channel, and they're some of my favorite projects that I've actually ever shared on YouTube. So it's kind of a shame to me that they really didn't get the views that I think they deserve, just because my channel hadn't grown yet at all at that point. So I'm gonna play those through for you, and I originally thought I would just play them for you, but I realized I have some music copyright issues that I can't actually play the original audio. So I'm gonna actually just watch them along with you and kind of give you some commentary along the way of what I'm working on. But it's also just in the little bit that I've watched of them, it's been so fun for me to see how my editing has changed and just my filmmaking. I'm really proud of just how far my channel's come. And so I want to watch these with you and also tell you a little bit about each video and how YouTube has changed for me over the years. So I don't know, let's just hang out together, I guess, for a little bit and watch these videos, and we'll see where our conversation goes. Okay, so we're starting off with the first video, which is called Easy DIY Farmhouse Signs on a Budget. I know when I made this video, I was really trying to look for keywords because I was so desperate to grow my channel at this point. Not even desperate, honestly. For most of my YouTube career, I have not known what to expect, and I've been very just open-handed with it. Just let's see where this can go. I actually never dreamed that it would turn into anything, and it's not like I'm a massive YouTuber, like I said. But just to have even 23,000 people who are interested in seeing what I'm working on, that number really blows my mind. It doesn't actually make any sense to me. Like, I can't picture what 23,000 people even looks like, and that would probably cause me just debilitating anxiety if I could actually see how many people that is that are actually watching my videos. But all that to say that when I was making this video, I was trying to be really careful to use those keywords, and I knew that Farmhouse was gonna get me more views than other things would. And so this is actually one of my first videos that did really well, but I definitely mean did very well for my channel. So I'm looking at the analytics here on YouTube, and this video in the first 3 days got 318 views, and in the first week it was up to 460, which for me at the time was amazing. And I remember being super excited when this video hit 1,000 views, but it actually took over a month for that to happen. And so nowadays I get 1,000 views within the first few hours, which is crazy to think that I was waiting for those kinds of numbers for over a month back then. But in the, let's see, now this video was made or was posted on January 29th, 2021. So that was just under 3 years ago, and in those 3 years, this video has only had 5.3 thousand views, even though I think the signs that I make in this video are really beautiful, which is why I wanted to share this one today, because I think these are some good projects that you guys could easily replicate. So for 5,000 over that amount of time, not great, but it did earn me 432 watch hours, which, if you know, you have to have 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. So 432 for one video is pretty good. It earned me 82 subscribers, but over those 3 years, it's only earned me $39. And that is because when I first made this video, I had just been monetized. And some information about the projects I'm actually doing that you're watching right now. So those sign bases are from Hobby Lobby, and I believe they still sell them. I haven't been there in ages though. But it's just a blank sign, and I'm staining the frame, painting the background some different colors, and then the wreath, the ribbon, and the cutout wood word pieces, those are all from Hobby Lobby too. So these are the kind of projects that you could literally go to Hobby Lobby, grab all the supplies for at one time, and then go home and make these, which is what I really love about this video. Before this, I had been sharing several Cricut projects, but I think that really limits the amount of people who can go home and do those same projects. So I wanted to do something that was really doable for anybody, especially if you have a Hobby Lobby nearby. I haven't made a sign like this in ages. I remember from this video though that the gingham one sold almost instantly. I mean, I think it was in the shop a couple days. Of course, so that's like the most tedious one to make. And then the black one sold fairly quickly. The navy one hung around in my booth for ages. I mean, maybe a year. So if I was going to do this again, I would, for whatever reason, not do navy, even though I thought it was so pretty, the navy and the chalk. And then black, like the faux chalkboard look, that's still very, very classic Farmhouse in my opinion. I still think it sells well. I know a lot of people are saying that they're over Farmhouse, but I know if I made these signs today in my booth that they would still do well. And so you're already here looking at the finished project. So that welcome is just a wood cutout that I painted white. And then this one I absolutely love. And I actually have a couple of these sign bases still in my craft room. So it's kind of funny to watch these videos back and be re-inspired by my own video back in the day, because I really should just get those out and make a couple signs and make a few dollars. If you haven't seen my gingham videos in the past, I always start with my base coat, which is almost always white. And then I just use painter's tape and do 2 medium shades, like a lighter shade, a slightly darker one, and then where those lines cross over is going to be your darkest color. I shared several gingham tutorials on my channel, and everybody seems to enjoy those and enjoy those tips. So I just always use painter's tape. The biggest thing with painting gingham though is you always want to start in the center. I made a few mistakes in the beginning where I would start painting from the side, but when you do that, your gingham pattern is actually going to be shifted to the side then, rather than being centered on your piece. So you would always want to make your lines centered with whatever you're working on, which I do here. Probably my favorite part of looking back at these videos is seeing my kids in the background every now and then. I don't know if I've seen them yet because I've been too busy chatting, but I'm actually pregnant in this one. I think, what did I say? This is March 2021. No, January 2020. I said this one was January 2021, and that my baby there is my 2.5-year-old, but he was born in April. And I love how like confident I am back in the day to be filming this in my pajamas. I don't do that anymore. But you know, when you only have like 200 subscribers, no, I would have had 1,000 by then. When you only have 1,000 subscribers, I guess filming in your pajamas is okay. Now, when I started my YouTube channel, it was February of 2020, which is kind of a crazy time because if you might remember, in March of 2020 came a huge lockdown, and I really started my YouTube channel because at the time, YouTube was my favorite thing to watch. It was kind of my favorite form of entertainment at the time. And eventually got to a point where I felt like I could probably do this. I could do what these girls are doing. Originally though, I thought I would be doing more of a homemaking channel, including things about homeschooling more often, and then some of my crafts as well. And it wasn't until I really niched down into focusing on videos about crafting and thrifting and doing my antique booth business, that was when my channel really started to take off. So when I was trying to do a little bit of everything, it just wasn't working out. The YouTube algorithm is not very kind, and when I had people watching a thrifting video, YouTube would discover that they weren't clicking on my homemaking videos or even like a cooking video, and then my views just kind of plummeted. So it took me a long time to kind of just admit that those other videos weren't working, and to really just nail down that like the people want to see the antique stuff. They want to see the thrifting things, and they want to see the DIY videos. And honestly, those were some of the easier ones for me to make because they were very, very much like all business and not very personal at all, which is just, it's just easier. And so when I niched down and really made myself a hard goal of when I would want to be monetized by, that was when I got really serious. I was posting videos like crazy, back to back to back. And if you were here in the early days, you probably remember that. Especially when this video was posted, I was posting sometimes 5 or 6 videos a week because I was about to have a baby in April and I wanted my channel to be monetized by then. So my channel started in February 2020 and I was monetized in March of 2021. I didn't niche down my channel until January of 2021. And when I did that, I was right at about 800 subscribers. And so I was really close already to that threshold of needing 1,000 subscribers to get monetized, but I don't think I was very close yet to the 4,000 watch hours. And so between January 1st, where I decided like I'm going to go hard on YouTube and try to get monetized before I have my baby, between that and like, I think it was March, like 9th or 10th maybe, I had gained enough watch hours and those last 200 subscribers that I needed. I think I had quite a bit more than actually 1,000 by the time I went and got monetized because I was waiting for those watch hours. So in those 2.5 months, I was able to reach that goal in March, and then I had my baby in April. And I've never been able to post 5 videos in a week ever since then. But that is kind of how my channel took off. I wasn't very consistent in 2020 at all. And when I was looking back at like when I posted videos, there was a couple months when I didn't post any at all and I couldn't figure out why, and then I realized it was because I was pregnant and that was my first trimester. I was terribly sick with him and with that like first 16 weeks of that pregnancy, and so there was a big gap there. So my channel, it just grew really slowly, especially that first year, and then I was able to get monetized, and it's just kind of been a really steady growth since then. I will say I went from 1,000 to like 18,000 rather quickly, and then the growth from there has been a lot slower, and like I said before, that's truly just due to my lack of consistency, and just trying to figure out how to make videos on top of everything else I'm doing right now. And I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm super happy to have the subscribers that I have, and for this just to be like a little side business that I do on the side of my other side business, which is my Green Onion Vintage Antique booth. So I would love to answer any YouTube questions down below. I actually have another video that I think is another really good one from way back in the day that I would like to share with you guys, and I would love to spend time during that rewatch going over your questions about YouTubing. If you have any, I don't know if you do. I feel like when I started getting a little bit bigger, I was getting more questions about how to start YouTube. But I haven't really addressed those in a long time. So if you would like to hear just more of my tips about growing a YouTube channel, and of course I'm not the best at it ever, but I do think I have some good ideas, put those questions down in the comments, and I will try to compile those for the next video when I do another look back at a video that I made, like I think in 2021. And so here's how these signs turned out. I think they're so cute, but I especially love the gingham one, so I see why it sold in a day. I'm almost positive Hobby Lobby still has those wood cutouts. I honestly, though, I haven't been there in probably over a year, but I need to because they have, in my opinion, the best greenery for the price, especially when they have like the 40% off or whatever they do. And so I'm going to go get some more stuff, and I'm going to remake these because they're actually really fun to make, in my opinion. They're less of like a art project and more of just like a assembling project. You just got to get your parts all up in a line, and then you can assemble it all together, and you end up with like this little pretty wall decor. And I'm able to sell these for in the $60 range when it comes down to it. And if I remember right, I think my product cost for these is closer to like $20. So it's a fairly good profit margin for me, and it's the kind of project that I enjoy doing. Like it's not one of those that's like painstakingly miserable, like scrubbing an antique piece of furniture and sanding it and stripping off the stain and all that stuff. So I'm gonna have to do this again, and I'm gonna have to dig out where those blanks are from. But this is the one with the navy background here that I'm showing you, that just sat in my booth forever, and I don't know why. I don't feel like it's much different than the black one on the right, but that just goes to show you that it's really hard to predict what is going to sell fast. I still honestly don't know. Every time I put something in the booth, it's kind of it feels like a gamble. Like it could sell in a day, or it could sell in a year, maybe. It's really hard to say. But this is the first video that I wanted to share with you guys. I thought those signs were really cute. And this shot kills me. This is my middle son. He is 6 now, and he's only 3 in this video, and he's so cute there. And the baby that I'm pregnant with in this video, he is almost 3, and they look very, very much the same at this point. So that was crazy. Okay, I'm gonna stop that here. So this video was posted in April of 2020, which is just height pandemic season. I don't even think the booth was necessarily open anymore at this point. I know our shop closed down at some point in time. And the title of this video is 6 DIY Farmhouse Antique Upcycle Projects, Farmhouse Decor Tutorials, and Trash to Treasure. And now those are all like very high SEO ranking topics for me to include in my titles and in my keywords, even to this day. So the words upcycling and farmhouse and DIY, farmhouse decor and tutorials and trash to treasure especially, those are all just very clicky words that my audience especially definitely gravitates towards. And I know that a lot of people who watch my channel, which is you guys, also watch some of my other favorite DIYers, and we're just all in this genre together. And I actually love that about our genre. I feel like there's space here for everybody. I don't really feel a competitiveness with other people in my genre because I feel like you guys are willing to watch anybody who is creating something good. So whether that be a good video or some good projects to watch or whatever it may be, I think there's space for everyone. But let's go ahead and get started into this video. So up first, I am upcycling a wood antique ironing board, and I'm using my Cricut for this one, which I forgot about, and I'm glad I'm showing you guys that because I used to do that much more often than I do now. And so I'm using my Cricut to make a stencil for the word laundry, and it's kind of a painstaking process, but I made my stencils here out of cardstock, which is what is laying on the table there. And then I just used the black Waverly paint from Walmart because this is April 2020. And when I saw that, I actually could not believe that I was doing a DIY video at that point. I didn't remember making them so soon. I thought I was still trying to do more homemaking videos. And I was pretty impressed that this DIY video looked as good as it does, considering I had no idea what I was doing at this point. And you can see right now that the word laundry is kind of like reflected in a weird way. And that's because I used to have to film like I am right now on my phone, and I would always want to film it with the phone facing me so that I could see that I was in frame. But that meant that my videos were flipped and all the words would be backwards, which is not ideal. And I would get comments about it all the time and people would be really mad. And I just like didn't know what else to do. I was literally filming on my phone and using the free video editor that just came like on my Microsoft computer for a very long time. So I wasn't paying for anything to start up this YouTube channel. I've definitely made up for that now though. I bought the camera and just all the website things that I'm trying to build. And I mean, I don't feel like YouTube itself has cost me much, but trying to build my online brand around YouTube is where things can get kind of costly. But when I started out, I wasn't paying a dime for anything. I was using free music and, like I said, just filming on my phone, which I feel like looks perfectly fine. And I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to do any kind of video editing. But I love how that sign turned out. Wasn't that pretty? And then I go ahead and distress it here. So nowadays I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro to edit my videos, so it gives me a lot more flexibility to do some more creative things with my videos, and I've just really enjoyed that process of learning how to make videos better. That's actually turned out to be one of my favorite parts of doing YouTube, is getting the chance to edit my videos and cut them up and lay the music over. So that's just been really cool for me to learn an entirely new skill like that. Now I'm using general finishes here for all the stains, and they're still actually some of my favorite stains. We still sell them at my treasure house, which is where my antique booth is. Most of them are water-based, and so they're not like super stinky, and you can use them in their house and they dry quickly. So I actually am kind of running low right now, so that's going to be something I have to buy again soon. But I remember doing this project like it was not that long ago. I cannot believe that it was 4 years ago that I was doing this because I remember that sign so well. I love how that came out. I honestly wish that I still had that, and that's kind of the kicker about watching a lot of these videos back. I also wish I still had that green piece of furniture over there because I don't love the one I have right now. It's like, oh, well, back then I actually held all our homeschool stuff, which is this big area behind me now. So would have definitely outgrown that dining space as our homeschool space, but I do still have my kids' art supplies up there, and I love how that little cabinet works. I guess it wouldn't make sense now, though, because my hutch isn't black anymore. It's green, so... This was a cute little project. I just had thrifted this ladder, or I cannot picture where I bought that. Looks like more of an estate sale find, but I just painted all the ladder steps white and then stenciled on with some black Waverly paint. Those stencils, I either made them with my Cricut or I bought them from Walmart. I can't quite remember, but it was a super simple project. I don't remember this selling super fast, and the laundry sign didn't sell super fast either. But they both looked really good in the booth, so sometimes that's okay. And then I used to do so many shutter projects, even though they are the worst thing to paint, especially if you're doing them with a hand brush instead of a sprayer. I honestly can't recall where I bought those either. Probably a yard sale. And I'm going to chop this. I'm kind of editing as I go some of the times where I'm clearly talking for too long. The amount of talking I'm doing in this video right now is way more than I've done in a lot of my recent videos because I just learned over time that if you're chatty too much, people will go turn off your video. They'll go watch something else. And so I think it's okay that I'm talking a lot today because there's also something to look at, but I know people don't love just looking at somebody and watching them talk. So I kind of just try to play that middle line of getting into my videos quickly and not trying to drag everything on too much. But if I have a lot of things to share in one video, I think I would rather just share them all in one video. But I've gone back and forth about that lately. And I am thinking about if I do a DIY video to just make it like 1 or 2 projects per video instead of trying to squeeze in a bunch of things. Because like I said, people are kind of looking for a little bit quicker turnaround of before and after projects and even of getting information or advice. They want it quick and in a little nutshell. I think these shutters are so cute though. And next up I have just a round, it is a circle board that you can get from Home Depot or Lowe's. I've already stained it. It looks like that medium brown General Finishes stain. And then that is the word hi. It's just a wood cutout from Hobby Lobby, which I nailed on with a couple pin nails. So that was a super easy little project there. Those circle rounds used to be really pricey, but I think they've come down in price because so many crafters are using them for like front door hangers. I actually think I sold this one to a friend. I kind of have a memory of that. Maybe, I think so, because I think I made 2 of these and I think they actually both sold to friends. But I love how this comes out, and I forgot that I ever made these, to be honest, so I need to go and make these again. I think it's so pretty, and I just don't work with florals much anymore. I just don't get out much ever since having my 3rd kid. And not only that, but because I had my 3rd kid and then my other kids are getting older, I just have so many things I'm doing with them, and they just have more activities than they used to have. And we're homeschooling longer in the day because there's more subjects to try to hit. So I have just less time to do this, but I am feeling really inspired to go to Hobby Lobby soon. So maybe that's what I need to do. And I'll show you that door hanger again towards the end of the video. This cabinet door that I'm working on right now is so beautiful. I feel like I would have never sold that nowadays, but I absolutely love how this one comes out. And I know for sure I sold this one to a friend when I posted it on Facebook. And so this is one of those first videos that actually gained some traction for me because in 2020 I had maybe 10 subscribers. I don't remember how quickly my channel grew. I could probably look that up actually right now. But this video in particular hit 1,000 views in its first, I'm trying to see here, in its first 25 days, which was crazy for me as someone who only had like no subscribers. Like I just started my channel like the month before. So that was really exciting for me. And it should have let me know at that point that that's the niche that I should have stuck with. But I just played around too much, trying too many other things. And I didn't know that that's what I should have stuck with, even though the numbers definitely showed me that that was where I should have focused. At some point, this video got shared somewhere. This is all very foggy in my memory, though, because this is several years ago. And it shot up from 1,000 to 3,000 in the matter of another like 20 days or so. So it had gotten shared somewhere, and I don't remember where. And that had gained this video a lot of traction, which was really exciting to me because those watch hours were so important to me at the beginning. And this made me really feel like I can maybe do this. And so this was really good for me to have an encouraging video like this. This one went, it just did really well, and it stuck around 3,000 for quite a while. And then a year later, it had another little jump up to 5,300. And then now today it's had a total of 7,000 views, which I don't think is enough considering how many projects I did in this video that I think are so pretty. Let's look at that family sign. I think that is so cute. And I remember, I know which friend it was that bought that. It's so pretty. I love it. And I love the collection of like the Farmhouse stuff. I know Farmhouse is, people are trying to get rid of it. I know it, but I do think this stuff looks so pretty together. And I don't know if I said this. As of today, this video has 7,400 views. It has 904 watch hours. It earned me 151 subscribers and $24, which is so crazy. But it also, for a lot of those views, I wasn't monetized. So it didn't start making money, of course, until it was monetized, which is almost a year later. So I missed out on all of those early viewer hours. But those were hours that were collecting to get me monetized. So it's not like it earned me nothing, but it was really just a patience game, and really just kind of have no idea if my YouTube channel was going to get monetized at that point. Really just felt like I was faking it and had no idea what I was doing. And I just couldn't even believe that anybody would watch the videos. So it was all just very, a big question mark for me. Yeah, according to this chart, I had 519 subscribers in February of 2021. And made a huge jump to almost 4,500 in March of 2021. I posted 12 videos in February and 9 videos in March to help make that happen, and also 10 videos in that January before too. And one tip that I'll leave you with, if you're someone like me who is trying to make a YouTube channel and you are doing reselling or anything about antique stores, I know one thing that I did to gain some traction in January was go around to my local thrift shops, get their permission to film in there, and then once I had that video edited and posted, I sent it over to them for them to share with their existing Facebook channel, because that's a really authentic way to gain viewers who are interested in the same thing that you are posting about. So I was having these antique stores share my videos, and these are people who like antiques, and I was making videos about antiques, and it all just kind of worked out. So I think that is something that I did to really help grow my channel in those early months. But really it just came down to posting frequently and trying to post things that are relevant to the audience that I was creating at that point. And I think it just worked out. I very much feel like God's hand was in this as well as far as the timing. I mean, I don't know exactly what spurred me to start this channel in February of 2020, but the fact that the world shut down the next month and I actually had time to stay home and work on this, it felt, I don't know, it's very much not all my timing. I can say that. So I think that's going to be it for today's video, though. I don't want to go on and on forever. I know I've thrown a ton of information at you, and I'm really interested to see what you thought of this kind of video, though, and if you would like to hear more about my YouTube channel. And like I said, I have another video that I really think you guys would like that I could also repost and chat a little bit more there. So make sure you put any of your comments down below, whether it be about having an antique booth or homeschooling or YouTube, and I'd be happy to try to answer some of those in my next video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and listening to me ramble on about YouTube. This is something that I've been really passionate about. I really do enjoy having a channel, so I'm just so grateful for you to be here today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!